this match David Thompson, the publisher of American Pool Player
ACCUSTATS
Magazine.
Video Productions presents MPBA World Class 9 Ball. We're in Reno, Nevada at the Sands Hotel where the Sands Regency Open #12 is being held. I'm Bill Incardona, along with Howard Vickery. Howard, it's really a pleasure to have you with us, and I'm certainly sure our viewers know of you. They've seen you in The Color of Money. You know, they've come to any of the tournaments. They always see you in the final 8 just about every tournament. Now, you won the tournament in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
It was Scranton.
Defeating Alan Hopkins convincingly 13 games to 5, and you played superlatively in that particular event.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to watching a good match.
Well, what we have here, Howard, is a rematch. Buddy Hall, Earl Strickland. The winner of this match will go on to the finals to meet Phil Davenport. That particular format, they'll play 2 out of 3 sets, race to 9. That'll decide the winner of the tournament. But first, we need to get a winner here between Buddy Hall and Earl Strickland. Now, Buddy Hall defeated Earl Strickland, I think it was yesterday, by a score of 11 games to 6.
Well, right now, Earl has a shot to make the 9, and he's going to shoot at it. He has sideboards there with the 6 ball, and I'll tell you, he should make this ball. Well, almost.
Well, he did have a very good shot, and as you suggested, he had sideboards there to help him pocketing the 9 ball in that lower left-hand corner pocket. But unfortunately, he was unable to execute the shot properly. Buddy Hall steps to the table. This is game number 1.
Well, I thought Earl might hit that ball a little harder there, just in case he could get a roll off at 6, with the sideboards. But he chose to hit it at that speed, and he has left a kind of a safe shot here. But he can't. He's got to just take what he can get on the 2. But it looks like if he pockets the 1 in the left corner pocket, he's going to have a shot that he went for the safety.
Well, you really can't find fault in his judgment there, Howard.
No, you
for the
can't.
Safety, put him behind the 4 and the 5.
No, you can't. If he was going to pocket the ball, though, he had a 2-9 combo, and it looks like he's got a real good shot. If you get anywhere close to that 9 over there, it looks like it can kiss off the 6 and go in. But he has sewed Earl up, and Earl is looks like Earl is thinking of kicking this ball 2 rails, and he is.
Okay, he went to go behind the 8, 2 rails toward the 1.
He hit it.
Okay, now the 1, if it goes in between the 4 and 5, could create a problem for Buddy. It has gone between the 4 and 5, but a little too far for Earl. Buddy steps to the table with the clear shot on the 1. The 2 is by the head spot, by the foot spot. The 3 ball is the ball underneath his bridge hand. He's going to have to follow this directly down table, playing position for the 3 in the upper right-hand corner pocket.
All right. If he gets good position on the 3, and he should be out. The 4 and 5's in the middle of the table, and the 6 is down near the 9. Looks like he has an easy beard on the 6-9 when he gets to that point. Just follow the ball up here. Position in the side pocket for the 4.
Okay, now if the 6 will bypass the 9 into the corner pocket, there's no need for him to play position for the 5-9 combination.
Right. But I think he will play the 9 off of the 6. But I don't.
Well, the 6 might be laying a little bit lower for him to do like that particular shot. So I look for him. Yeah, I look for him to play the 6 straight in here. I think it'll pass the 9. But I could be wrong here.
It's hard to tell. Well, he did play the 6.
Yeah, 7 and 8 are very easy in
yes.
front of the pockets.
Just draw back for the 8, pocket the 7, routine out. Well, Buddy's won a tournament this year, hasn't he?
Oh, I believe he has. Let's find out. Let me ask Pat Fleming, to the best of your recollection. Pat, our viewers can't hear you, but I'm talking with you now. Buddy has won a tournament this year, a major tournament. Is that correct? Memphis. He won Memphis last year and Moline. He hasn't won a tournament this year.
Well, that's surprising too, because Buddy's a fine player, and he's playing really well. But I do remember him running the tournament in Moline, and that was last year.
Okay, now Buddy has been breaking the balls extremely well.
He has been breaking them well. You can tell when he hits that dead ball and it jumps back up below the side pocket like that. I mean, he's really putting a lot of power into those balls. I mean, that ball is not drawing back up there. Its power is of the rack is kicking the ball back up there.
Okay, Buddy broke the balls extremely well. Unfortunately, he was unable to pocket a ball on the break. The 9 ball trickled in front of the lower left-hand corner pocket. Earl Strickland pockets the 1 ball very easily, getting position for the 2-9 combination, executing that shot perfectly, winning game number 2, and ties up the match at 1 game apiece. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about Earl's break. Earl has one of the most explosive breaks in the world, as you well know.
He does. He breaks the balls extremely well, and he can break them well from the middle of the table or the side. He can adjust his break and break them well from either spot.
In his match against Alan Hopkins, it was a very close match in the entire way. But just at the very end of the match, Earl pulled away mainly because he was able to break the balls and get the necessary action.
Right.
So he made the
Yes.
9. He made the 9 twice against Alan Hopkins. He started out in this set making the 9 the first opportunity at the table.
Yes. Earl breaks the balls extremely well, and he's got a lot of action out of the 9. I noticed that when Kim and Earl were playing an earlier match, that Earl had much the better break. Or I'm sorry, when Earl was playing Alan Hopkins, and as you say, he pulled away right at the end. His break is just superior. And as hard as Buddy's hitting the ball, he's not getting the same action on the balls as Earl is.
Well, yeah, I think a little more descriptive word for Earl's break would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. He breaks the balls extremely well. Here he goes again. Yes.
There's the 6 ball.
And it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay, finally, the last ball does come to rest.
Mm-hmm. And Earl really hit those balls hard, and I think he hit them a little harder than Buddy did. For some reason, it just looked like he put a little more power into it.
Okay, Buddy does have a shot here in the side pocket off
Right.
the 5. He can cut the 1 ball into the left-hand side pocket. The 2 ball is sitting in front of this left-hand side pocket. Not really in front of it, but it's sitting close to the side pocket. The 3
Right.
ball is on the opposite side of the table on the right-hand cushion, or near the right-hand cushion. The 4 ball is the ball that's resting on the bottom cushion next to the lower right-hand corner pocket. Now the ball that's resting against the side cushion next to the lower right-hand corner pocket is the 6 ball. He's elected, I believe, to bank the 3 ball cross-side. A very wise decision, because if you notice the angle that he has, Howard,
Mhm.
after pocketing this ball, he will then fall nice and naturally onto the 4.
All right. But I thought he might draw back and shoot the ball straight in, but Buddy has a lot of confidence in his banks. I thought he might draw it looked like he had the angle to draw back for the side rail to shoot the 3 up in the corner, but he didn't feel it necessary to do that.
Oh, I look for him to use a middle ball and come straight up the table in between
Right.
the 5-9, like so.
Just like that.
Okay. Now the 6, like I mentioned before, is right in front of the lower right corner pocket. The 7 is up table.
Mm-hmm. Well, he'll just come down and probably go back and forth on the 7. Back and forth across with the 6 to get position on the 7.
All right, now
But he's not. He's coming down and he's going to draw straight up.
yeah, he took the straight in shot. What he's probably going to do now, he's going to follow this ball 2 rails, hitting the side cushion
Mm-hmm.
and coming out toward the 7. I believe he has to hit a little firmer than that.
Yes,
He's going
he
to come
came
up a
up-
little short.
Came up a little short on that. I would prefer to either stop the cue ball about where it is for the shot on the 6 and come back to the side rail and come across. Seems like you can judge that. I judge that shot a little better than the one coming around the corner like that, or draw it straight back.
Now he's going to play this ball in the right-hand corner pocket.
Right.
And notice the excellent control of the cue ball coming off the bottom cushion toward the 8. Now all he needs to do now, Howard, is just roll the 8 in, and he should capture game number 4.
Right.
Tie up this match at 2 games apiece.
Do you think perhaps he did play position for that 7 ball in that corner pocket?
No, that was.
You don't think so?
No, no. He hit that shot a little bit too softly and was unable to achieve the position in the pocket that he intended to play position for. Game number 4 goes to Buddy Hall, who knots up this match now at 2 games apiece.
Well, I'll tell you, Buddy's got to change his break a little bit, I think. He's hitting the balls extremely well, but he's not getting the kind of action Earl is getting on the balls.
Well, I don't believe that anyone that I've seen can get the action that Earl gets off the break. I mean, he gets more action than any of the players I've ever watched break the balls. And David Howard is regarded as one of the best breakers in the world. For sure, Wade Crane, Johnny Archer. For some reason, I don't know what it is, it's kind of mysterious. Earl Strickland gets more action on the balls than anybody I've ever seen break the balls.
He does. I wonder if perhaps him racking the balls has something to do with the action his opponent gets on the break.
Well, I couldn't answer that question.
I don't really know the answer myself, but it was just a thought. It just passed through my mind just now, and that was something to consider.
Okay, now Buddy has broken the balls now for the 2nd consecutive time, this time pocketing 2 balls on the break, but not coming up with his shots.
Well, he doesn't have a shot. It looks like he either play safe or roll out. And I'm looking at the possibilities of safe from where he is. Looks like the 1 is pretty close to the rail. As a matter of fact, looks like he's sewed up. He's going to have to roll out.
Okay, he's lying his cue stick on the rail, the left-hand side rail, and that's certainly an indication that he may want to push out in that area.
Well, it looks like he's got to push out on that side, because if he pushes out to the right side, looks like it's an easier area to play safe from.
Okay.
And he doesn't want to give his opponent that.
If he would have pushed out over there, I don't think there was any indecision in Earl Strickland's mind. He certainly would have tried to cut the 1 ball in. Considering the location of the 2 ball, it laid natural for the 2 ball to come right down table for position on the 2.
Right.
If he would have missed cutting the 1 ball in, the 1 ball probably would have bounced back toward the center of the table somewhere, leaving Buddy, if anything, a long, difficult shot.
Well, if he pushes out to the right side of the table, it seems to be an easier safe if you want to play safe from that position, and less likely to go for the shot. But Earl's going for the safety here, I believe.
I myself would pass the shot back to Buddy Hall just to see what he has on his mind. Well, that was an excellent hit. I mean,
he hit that ball extremely well.
That was an excellent hit, and that's what was required to get the results that he had gotten on that particular shot.
He could have hit it even if he hit it a little harder than that. The 5 ball was there, and he possibly could have sewed him up with the 5, being that close to where the 1 is.
Well, you can rest assured that shot wasn't without risk. He executed that shot perfectly.
Well, Buddy is.
Now, talking about an excellent hit, that also was an excellent hit.
It was a good hit, but he's left Earl a shot, I believe.
I don't know if he has.
It looks like he can just see enough of the ball to make it. He also kicked the 2 ball off the rail a little bit, and I think Earl's going to shoot this ball. And but he could kiss the 5 or the 6 coming down the table. Either way, he doesn't have to get the best roll here, but it looks like he can come right down at the 2 without kissing anything. And here he comes. And he's hit the ball well, and he's got to where he can make the 2.
Okay, now the 4 ball is above the foot spot slightly to the right slightly. The 5 is at the other end of the table. The 6 ball is the ball in between, sandwich in between the 4 and the 5. And the 8 ball, I believe it is underneath Earl's chest, where he was shooting from.
You know, I've noticed the speed on this table seems to be a little faster than they have been this week, or perhaps it was just this table. I didn't play a match on this table, but it seems to have a real good speed to it.
Well, if you notice that at the end of all tournaments, the table seems to be playing much better than it was when you were playing it, and when I was playing it. You know what I mean? Whenever we're playing in matches, the table seems to be playing kind of tough. And at the end, in the finals and semifinals, we watch these great players play and perform, and you say to yourself, boy, the table's playing nice.
Yeah, really. Well, one thing about it, when you're at the finals, when you get down to the finals, usually the 2 best players are there, the guys that are playing the best at that particular day or that particular week.
That's for sure.
And Earl just gets a little angle on the 8. Draw back down for the 9.
He'll just draw straight down the table for the 9 in the lower right-hand corner pocket. This is game number 5. Falling a slight bit short, but not really much of a problem.
No problem.
The game number 5 goes to Earl Strickland, who takes the slight lead in this match now at 3 games to 2.
Well, the difference here is Buddy ended up with a shot in the beginning, and he had to roll out. And Earl hit an excellent safety on him. He got control of the table and got the good shot and ran out. Now, if Earl breaks and runs a couple racks here, he can really take the lead, an early lead.
Now let's keep in mind that Earl Strickland is the defending champion. Ooh, okay.
On the break.
Well, that's the kind of action that I was referring to when I said that Earl Strickland gets more action off the balls.
He does.
Than any of the players I've ever seen break the balls.
He does. He breaks the balls really well.
And he certainly pumps himself up when he gets that kind of action. When he pockets a 9 on the break, I mean, he just feeds off of that. He's now pocketed the 9 twice on the break. In the last match against Alan Hopkins, in that match, he pocketed the 9 twice on the break. That was only the 4th time he had broken the balls, pocketing the 9 twice.
Well, that's the percentage of balls on the break is very, very high. But I'm watching him break the balls, and I don't see where he gets all the power from, except that I can see that he does have it. And the 9 ball's headed for the pocket again.
Along with about 3 other balls.
Right, and
I think there's a chance that he would have to play the 1-7 combination here.
Yeah, it looks like he does have a shot up there.
It's very, very difficult because of the angle that he has on it. But
Right.
I do think there's a possibility. And if not, I believe that he'll bank the 1 right back down the table by the 9.
If he pocketed by the 9, there's a chance that he could make it, but he might just kick at the. Well, he just looked at the kick and maybe decided he didn't have the angle.
Now, what he'll do here, if he banks the 1 down table by the 9, okay, obviously the cue ball will run into the 6.
Right.
And there's a possibility if he doesn't make the ball that the 2 and the 3 will aid in the support of him possibly hooking his opponent behind either the 2 or the 3.
But if he hits it short, he could make the 9. And he hit it. He hit it wide. I think he was shooting at the 9. I don't think he was trying to pocket the 1.
I believe that he's left the window there between the 2 and 3, and I feel that Buddy can see the 1. What he can do with the shot, I don't know. See, now from my angle, he can see the 1, but the 1-9 combination is extremely difficult.
It is difficult. You got to hit the 1-3, or you got to hit the 1 thin, and the angle. You're cutting the 1 ball one direction and the 9 ball going the other direction, and that makes it a little more difficult for on the combination. But I think he has to shoot the 9 here. I don't think he's going to shoot at the 8.
He really has to hit the 1 very thinly.
He does, and it's a dangerous shot if he doesn't make it. Ooh,
okay, he played the billiard. He played the billiard kiss. The billiard kiss. Billionating the 1-9, kissing off the 8, capturing game number 7, and narrowing the gap now at 3 games to 4.
Made a nice shot. He got away from leaving the easy combo in case he missed by playing the billiard there.
That just showed you the perspicacity that this man has out there. He's able to envision things happening and immediately takes advantage of it.
He does. Well, he's a great champion. He's played good for a long time, and he's certainly qualified.
Okay, now he broke the balls very well, pocketing the 8. Now the 7 looks like it's going to trickle in between the 1 and the cue ball. Let's take a look at his expression. His expression should tell the story whether or not he can pocket the 1. I do believe he can pocket the 1.
Yeah, he ran over and got his stick pretty quick. He wouldn't bemoaning anything.
Now the 2 ball takes its usual stance down by the cushion, the lower cushion.
Right.
And what I mean by that is the players rack the 2 ball next to the rear of the rack, and giving the 2 ball the less action of any of the balls. And the 1 ball after the break figures to go up table, the 2 ball figures to stay down table, therefore creating a more of a problem in position play for the player at the table. If he pockets the ball in the break, then he'll have to go from up the table, down the table for position on the 2. It's a small percentage that the players realize and take advantage of.
Yeah, if it just happens one time a set, it can make the difference between winning and losing between two tough opponents.
Okay, let's take a look at the table, and I will then point out where the balls lie. The 2 ball naturally is the ball that he's shooting. The 3 ball is the red ball next to the orange ball, the 5 ball on the right side of the monitor. And that's the ball he's playing precision for naturally, and very, very
He hit it
effectively.
He hit it well.
Okay, the 4 ball is to the left of the foot spot. The
He-
5 ball is to the right of the 3 ball. Go ahead, Howard.
He can play the 4 ball in either corner pocket, depending on how comfortable he feels. He wants to hit it easy. Looks like he's going to hit it easy and just come over for the 4. Or he can come completely over and play it in this pocket, in this corner pocket here.
Yeah, well, he wanted to stay on top of the
Yeah.
floor, so he can either go to the rail and back cross table or just draw the ball straight back. He gave himself an option. Now he's over the 6 ball, so he'll have to draw it straight back. He'll want to draw it about a foot and a half. A
Well,
little short, but he can work with it.
he's
He'll go cross
okay.
table. 6 is the ball in front of the side pocket.
Right. Just routine out from here. This shot is not automatic, but
Oh, he hit that a little heavy, and the cue ball came back up the table a little further than he anticipated, but didn't create a problem.
no problem.
Drawing back, like so. Now it looks like he's going to have to draw the cue ball straight back for position on the 9 in the lower right-hand corner pocket.
He's playing it. Comes right back for the 9.
No, that particular shot we just seen Buddy execute appeared like it was very simple, but it had a little bit of intricacy to it. It's not really that simple of a shot. You have to judge the speed. And anytime you draw the ball, judging the speed of a draw is more of a problem than judging the speed of a follow. So therefore, that particular shot was something that should go unnoticed. It was a nice shot.
It is. You can plus or minus that shot where he got positioned 6 inches, and it could be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it shouldn't go unnoticed. That particular shot was fairly difficult.
Well, Buddy's won the 8th game and tied up the match at 4. And he has moved his break over a little bit. His break from the other side of the table.
Well, he's hitting the 1 ball squarely.
He
and,
is.
He has the luxury by hitting the 1 ball squarely to move it around where he wants, because he's really focused, especially in breaking the balls.
Right.
Okay, he
Oh.
really put a lot of effort into that
He
break.
did.
And he knows that he's going to get paid off for it if he continues breaking the balls like we've just seen him break them.
That's true, but he is not getting near the action that Earl gets on those breaks.
And I'll tell you another thing. He never is going to.
No, you might be right. I think Buddy should go down and check his rack. Check the rack and see, just to make sure that everything is kosher.
Well, he's going to defeat Earl Strickland with his ability to run balls. He's the technician out there. Earl's going to defeat Buddy Hall with his abilities to pocket balls and break the balls. So therefore, it's kind of a contrast in style, and we'll see which test of will, we'll see which player does the best.
Well, that's true, but it doesn't hurt to help yourself when you can.
Well, I can't disagree with that. That's for sure.
You got to make sure that it's equal opportunity.
Okay, the 5 ball will go into the side pocket. The 6 ball is the ball in front of the right side pocket. He's going to play position on the 7 to swing 2 rails out of the upper left-hand corner back down the table.
Right, he's got a good angle on the 6 to get on the 7, but he might decide just to follow this ball up there and come straight down. But no, he's not. You're right.
He'll just draw back about
He's going
3 inches to the side.
He is going 2 rails.
Yeah, he's going to play 2 rails out of the left. He's going to come down short now. He's not going to come down to the bottom rail. He wants to hit the 3rd rail, or else he'll come down and hit it real hard. But I would think he would just want to come down and hit the 3rd rail.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has a natural angle after pocketing the 8. He's assured that he will not get stuck in that area.
Right.
He'll come off that bottom cushion, right up the table for the
Come
nine.
right up the table for an easy shot of the 9.
Very nicely done. Game number 9 appears that it's going to go to Buddy Hall. And it does. He will take the lead in the match now at 5 games to 4.
Well, Buddy has changed his break, and he is getting some action on the break. But he's not getting the kind of action that Earl is getting, but he is making balls.
Well, most importantly, Howard, he's able to hit the one ball squarely and with a lot of force. So therefore, he's going to get the balls that he's deserving of, and he knows it, and that's why he's breaking the balls so well. I haven't seen Buddy break the balls this well in many a year.
It seems like that his break was lacking a little bit. I noticed in his last match, the first break he hit him straight, but he hit him kind of easy. Then every break after that, he was pounding them real good.
No, he should check the rack like you suggested.
Well, I think so. When there's a big discrepancy in the action that you're getting on the balls, I think you have to check the rack to see what is going on. If nothing else, just let yourself in on how to rack the balls. Because I don't care what kind of action one player gets on the break, he shouldn't be rolling the 9 ball toward the pocket every time.
That's true. That's true.
And Buddy got good action, and now the 9
3
ball.
ball may go cross-side, and it does. The 9 ball seems to be a problem right now. It's a little pesty, but obviously gets out of the way. Now, Buddy has a decision to make here. Does he want to go for the pocket, or does he want to put Earl snugly behind the 9?
What can he get to the 1 and do that? It looks like he can't see a full. Well, it's very close.
Okay.
I can't tell if he can hit enough of the 9.
We can't tell if he can hit enough of the 1 to put him behind the 9, but he can hit enough of the 1 to cut it into the lower left-hand corner.
Oh, you can see
pocket.
that. I didn't know if he can do that. Then he would just make the 1. I can't see why he would do anything else. Is he going real first? No, he's pocketing the 1.
Okay, he went into the 2 ball, very wisely doing so, shoving the 2 ball cross table and eventually ending up with a nice shot on the 2 ball. If he has the proper angle to pocket the 2 ball in the upper right hand corner and draw the ball where the 4 ball is located on the bottom cushion, draw the ball down. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! He may get away with this. He may get away with this. He has.
He
has gotten away with it. And the reason he's gotten away with it is because of the speed of the ball. If he would have hit that ball with a little firmer speed, then he would have been in the drink.
That's true. He hit that ball with the speed, just the end rail speed, not past the end rail, and that's what saved him. Well, he can just follow. Looks like he can just follow this ball up and shoot the 5 in the pocket where the cue ball is now.
He may brush the 5 now. He safely passed the 5. Now the 6 is up the table. This particular shot, Howard, really demands strong concentration and follow through.
It does. Can he come straight off the rail, or is he going to have to come 2
I think
rails?
he can go 1 rail up the table by the side.
Yes, there he goes. Well, he's got a good angle on the 6. He's got a slight angle, but it looks like he can just follow the ball, but he may decide to draw it. I can't tell if he has to move, he's going to draw the cue ball. Maybe he can just stop it.
No, by following the ball, he's going to be too close to the 7. He's going to elect to go back to the side rail and back across the table.
I see. Well, he's got good position on the 7. Come down for the 8.
Yeah, he'll just draw the ball once again in between the 9 and the 8, coming toward the 8 for the side pocket. He'd like to stay on the side of the table that he's on now for position on the 8, so he can then come back down the table, then go toward the 9. Buddy looked up at me and said, I don't really need any coaching.
Don't need any coaching, huh? Well, perhaps what we need is a soundproof booth. Soundproof booth.
Did you hear that, Pat Fleming? Tongue twister. Game number 10 goes to the man, Buddy Hall. The legendary Buddy Hall, who then takes a 2-game advantage in the match at 6 games to 4.
Well, Earl is bemoaning the fact that he thought he should have scratched, but I don't think it's going to carry much weight with Buddy.
Well, really, I don't think Earl has anything to complain about. Buddy Hall is exhibiting some of the finest skills you can imagine him. Anyone having? I'm on the monitor.
We are on the monitor.
Okay, if Buddy Hall can continue throughout the entire course of this match, break the balls with the intensity that he has been in the early stages of the match, he's going to be very difficult to beat.
He is. He's playing well, and he and Earl have battled over the years. And Buddy is just.
There's the 4 ball.
He made the 4. Buddy is just not quite getting the roll on that 9 ball.
Okay, now I believe that the billiard on the 8 ball may be available. I'm certainly sure he'll take a look at it.
Oh, yes. Yes, it looks like he has the billiard on the 8. It's not a gimme, though, by any stretch of the imagination. He's looking at it.
And while he's looking at it, what I will do is identify the balls on the table. The 2 ball and the 9 ball are lying beside one another in the lower left-hand corner pocket. The 3 and the 5 are by one another, more toward the center of the table to the right of the foot spot. The 3 being the ball closest to the side rail, the 5 being the ball closest to the foot spot.
Yeah, one thing, he can cut the 1 ball in the corner, and even then might make the billiard on the 8. But if he makes the 1, he's got to worry about the kiss off the 8 and getting position on the 2, because you can't get trapped behind those balls if he hits the 8 thickly.
Okay, if he hits the 1 ball thinly, he will then pocket the 8 for sure. Now the 1 will go to the right of the table. The cue ball will then go toward the right of the table also slightly.
Right, but if they both go in, he has to hope he doesn't get behind that 3, 5, 7.
Let's freeze that shot. Freeze that shot right there. I want to take a look at this shot and see what he does. Okay, he played the combination. I don't really agree with that.
Well, he went for it.
I don't really agree with that choice.
You don't think that he just played safe, do you? I mean, I think he looked like he shot at the ball.
He shot at the 9 also, by the way. He shot at the 8 and the 9, but I don't really agree with that choice.
That seemed like he tried to do too many things.
Very nice shot.
It was a nice shot.
Very nice shot. Okay, the 7 and the 8 are the 2 balls I didn't really describe where they were laying. The 7 is laying on the right-hand cushion or near it, and the 8 is up table. Okay, what he can do now is drop the ball in between the 5 and the 7, near the 7. If he happens to go into the 7 here, he'll be able to play position for the 3 on the side.
Yes, he should be in good shape here. It doesn't look like anywhere he gets, he's going to have a shot. He shot it softly, and he's got a shot. But he's not exactly where he wanted to be. Does have a shot in the corner, but he should make the ball and get position on the 5.
I don't know. It's close. Ooh. It's close. I don't know. Okay.
Well, he missed the ball, but it wasn't a gimme. But he did have a shot. Looks like Buddy can just pocket this ball over by the 8 and come down for the 8, or come down for the 5 to be pocketed over in the left corner pocket beside the 9.
Well, he may come down for position for the 5 in the side, right-hand side.
He might do that.
The natural angle looks like to me.
If he wants to hit the ball a little harder.
Come down 2 rails and come for the 5 on the side. That's a natural angle. And it looks like that if he can maintain cue ball control on the top part of the sticks, he'll do that.
Mm-hmm. Just draw back on the 6 and play the 7 up in the corner, follow down.
Oh, barely. Went to his knees. Nice genuflect.
He thought he missed that ball.
Did you notice how he genuflected there or went to his knees?
He did. He thought he hit that ball a little weak, or he heard us talking again.
Well, he's going to hear us talking. He's already prepared himself for that, Howard.
Uh-huh.
But he understands. Okay, on that particular shot, he had to be very careful he didn't miss cue, using the bridge.
Right.
And shooting the low on the cue ball. A miscue was always a possibility.
It is. A lot of 9-ball players don't use the bridge a lot. And they do have some difficulty with it.
That ball skidded a little bit, not much, but a slight bit. Okay, this seems to be rather routine. 8 in the corner, 9 in the corner, game number 11. Should go to Buddy Hall.
And Buddy takes will take a 3-game lead. The set's not over yet, but 7-4 is a good lead.
It's a good lead against an average player, but it certainly isn't a large enough lead for Buddy playing Earl Strickland, I'll tell you that.
No, it's the set's certainly not over, but at this point, Buddy needs 4 games, and Earl needs 7, and that is it does put him at an advantage, but it's not a commanding advantage.
Especially against a player like Earl Strickland. Earl Strickland does possess the power of the long ball.
That's true. He could, with the break that he has, he could break and run 3 or 4 racks pretty quick.
Yes,
and
he
he's already
certainly
made
can.
the 9-ball twice on the break, and he's getting good action. And as long as Buddy still needs a game, he's going to have a chance, no matter what the score is.
Buddy is very obstinate in the sense that he's not going to roll over. Believe me, he has lost the match coming into this match against Kim Davenport, and if there was any quit in him, it certainly would have showed in this match. But there isn't any quit in this man from Paducah. He's currently residing in Houston, by the way, right now. The 2-ball eventually ending up in between the 1 in the corner pocket, creating a little bit of a problem for Earl. Now he must pocket the 1-2 combination.
Yes, I noticed something on that break, but he didn't hit those balls very straight. He perhaps tried to put too much into it and threw his aim off a little. And Earl makes a combination and should be on his way to scoring 5.
Okay, now the 4-ball is the ball located near the right-hand side pocket, and he'll have to play position on the 3 to drop safely on the other side of the 4, so he can either pocket it in the side or at the upper right-hand corner pocket. Now he's located the cue ball in an area on the table where I don't know. Maybe he can force it down table in between the 5-8.
Maybe he can just follow it. Oh, maybe he can follow. Maybe he's looking at hitting a 9. I mean, I don't know why, but I think he's just following it, and he's thinking of hitting that side rail.
Okay, that's telling us what? That's telling us that the 4 is in front of the side,
Right.
and it can't be made from this angle.
Right. And he can make it. It's like well, I can't tell with the angle he has. Maybe he's just going to scoot up a little. No, he went, forced it to the rail and came back.
This is the same pocket he missed the last ball in. And this,
Right.
I think it was also the 5-ball.
The 3-ball, I
Was
believe.
it the 3-ball? You're probably right, the 3-ball.
But he has he wasn't on the rail, he wasn't jacked up, and he had a little better angle on that ball.
I thought I'd give the viewer something to be concerned with, that's all.
There's not much concern here. Earl's tip sounds a little hard. He's chalking that chalk. You know, there's one problem about playing out here in Reno, where the weather is, the humidity is always low, is that the chalk does dry out, and it will make you miss cue on occasion if you're not very careful.
Well, that's very true, Howard. This is game number 12. At the present time, Earl Strickland trails in the match 4-7, but he's looking to narrow the gap now to 5-7.
Yes.
And he does.
And Earl's break has a chance to work for him here.
That's right. So our 3-game lead certainly isn't a very safe lead against a player like Earl Strickland.
Not at all.
Who has the big break that he does have. He has a tremendous break.
But a 3-game lead is certainly better than a 3-game
A deficit of
behind.
3 games, yeah. Yeah, I would much rather be leading by 3 games than by trailing by 3 games. Okay, now Earl has broken the balls 4 times, pocketing the 9 on the break twice. This will be the 5th opportunity he'll have at the table to break the balls.
Well, let's see if he gets the same action. He's moved over to the other side of the table for some reason. And
the 9 was flying again, and it got kissed when it flew off the table. And,
Buddy has kind of gotten a break here. The 2-ball, he may not be able to pocket it and get position on the 3. At least it will be a little bit difficult. It's not just straight in. And Buddy might have been a little bit fortunate on the break, even though he almost made the 9.
I think that he can cut the 2-ball and just go cross table and just accept the long shot on the 3. The 3 is located at the lower left-hand corner pocket.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 is the up table in the center of the table. The 5 is on the end cushion. The 6 is in front of the lower right-hand corner pocket, and the 7 is the ball that's by the foot spot. He's bypassing the 8 now. No, he played a safe.
He's playing safe.
I don't like that shot.
And he didn't make
I
a
don't
good
like
safe
that shot.
either.
No.
Not at all.
If Buddy can see the 2 ball, which I don't know if he can or not, but if he can see the 2 ball, I believe it will pass the 5 into the upper right-hand corner.
I don't think he can see it. There's something about the shot he doesn't like. I think maybe he can just see a little of it, or he can't see it at all. But he's going to have to play safe here. If probably kick off the end rail and knock the 2 down the table. Yeah, that's what he's looking.
Oh, he wants to knock the 2 somewhere toward the side here.
Right,
Okay.
towards the side rail
right.
and back to the middle of the end rail.
If he makes the 2 in the side, there's a possibility that he may end up with some sort of a shot, but I don't know if he will or not.
The worst thing that happens if he hits the corner in the side pocket. As long as he doesn't do that, he should be in good shape.
That's pretty good speed. That's pretty good speed there.
Well, he got the cue ball over behind those balls. I'm not sure that he was exactly trying to do that. Earl's explaining what he did, but I'm not sure what he's talking about.
All right, can someone help me and describe exactly what Earl said? He said he screwed up on the safety. It was an elementary shot. He screwed it up, and he deserves to be in the position he's in now. And the position he's in now is a very unenviable one. He's scratching the side pocket. Buddy Hall now has the luxury of plicking cue ball in hand.
Yes, he does. And I tell you what, Earl seemed like he lost his composure there a little bit. Instead of concentrating and looking at the shot and maybe kicking it a little better, he just kind of took a whack at it.
Well, Buddy can do that to you. He can dishearten you. He can make you lose your composure. He's that type of a player.
Well, you're
Give him any air, and believe me, he'll make the maximum out of it.
you're exactly right there.
All right, he wants to go all the way down to the end rail, where after pocketing the 3, then he can just drag the cue ball up along that long cushion for position on the 4.
Out by the side pocket someplace,
right-hand
off
pocket.
the rail. And if anything, have a little angle going towards the 5. And he's coming on out. He's got a little, well,
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't see anything wrong. I don't know if he's got any angle, but I don't think he'd have any problem getting on the 5.
No, I don't believe he needs an angle here. He can follow it.
He can
or
follow it,
force
shoot
it, or do anything he wants.
Shoot it in the other corner, and that's what he's going to do.
Oh, he said, whoa, he's gotten a little further down table than he desired to be.
Yes,
but
he did.
Unfortunately, the 6 is located in front of the lower right-hand
Right,
corner
and
pocket.
there's nothing difficult to get on it. But if he can, the closer he can get to the 6, the easier it's going to be to pocket it and for sure get shape on the 7.
Now, he wants to get straight in on the 6, or nearly straight in. He doesn't want to have any kind of a cut here. So
Right.
after pocketing the 6, he can play position for the 7 in the side. Now, I think he's went around too far now. But, of course, he has 6 pockets, or 5 pockets to play position on the 7 for. He has 5 pockets. Myself, I would have rather gotten a straight in angle on the 6.
Oh, yes. The less angle and the closer you would be to it is better. He is going around.
He's going to end up maybe on the 50-yard line here.
No,
he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. I dogged the call right there, didn't I?
Well, this table is a little faster than you think. I didn't play a match on this table, but it just rolls a little bit farther than you think it is.
Well, thanks a lot. You're very generous for making an excuse for me, but I really dogged the call. But he's at the table. This is game number 13. He's looking to widen the gap once again now at 8 games to 5 if he's able to pocket the 8 and the 9.
Well, they're both straight in, and it's just routine shot, make the 9. And he's going to take an 8-5 lead.
And he does, 8-5. Buddy Hall.
Well, there hadn't been any real intricate safeties or anything played in the match so far. Earl miffed that safety he was playing just a little bit ago. But I think he should have tried to make the ball. Even if he would have banked the 2, he would have had a shot. Drew the cue ball back across, he would have had a shot. That wasn't a difficult shot at all.
No, I agree with you.
Well, Earl and Buddy are talking about something.
Yeah, they want to know when to take their break, so they mutually agreed that they would take the break after this rack.
Okay.
It's really nice to be playing with a person that is in agreement with what you want to do.
Yes, it is.
And so
Well, let's see how Buddy breaks the balls here. He hit him good and solid, hit him off to the side a little bit and made 2 balls, 2 balls, and scratched.
Well, both players were disappointed at what had just transpired. Now, Buddy was disappointed that he scratched on the break.
Right.
And on the other hand, Earl was disappointed that Buddy made 2 balls on the break, and the 1 ball went behind the head string, now having to spot 3 balls on the foot spot. So they both showed disapproval of what had happened.
Well, I think when something's going on, you always want it to go your way. And Buddy didn't like scratching, but Earl didn't like having to shoot from this position rather than have a ball behind the line and 1 ball straight in. Well, Earl's going to play a safety here. I think he's going to just try to knock the 1 over to the rail and put the cue ball over beside the 9.
Yeah,
Well, he's going the other way.
Yeah, well, he's going to get him with the 4.
He went the other way.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, he locked him up pretty good. Now, Buddy's going to have to go to the rail where the 9's at and spin into the 1.
Right.
Buddy threw up his hand and said, Earl, I believe that I'm going to take a break now. I'm not going to wait until the track's over.
That's right. But you know something? If he would play in the safety like this, Buddy has an easy kick to go to the rail, and he's almost sure going to hit the 1. I like playing the safety. You get the other way, you have a chance to put the cue ball behind the 9 and really make it difficult.
Well, I don't see how you can find fault in this choice right here.
Well, he played a good safety. I just like the selection of the safety going the other way because you have a chance to really make a good safety, where you're like almost sure to get ball in hand.
I think that the success rate of this safety is a lot higher than putting the ball behind the 9. So therefore, even though this safety may not be as effective as the other safety, if executed properly, I think you will safe your opponent more often using this safety than you will the other one. So
well,
I think each one has value to it.
Well, I'm sure it does.
Okay, it's now break time, and I think that our cameraman also had taken a break. No, he's still up there, and if he would, we'll now scan the audience to find out the personalities that are here in attendance.
Well, it looks like a 7-inning stretch here. Everyone's up, stretching a bit, standing up, and taking stock of everything.
I don't see anything on my monitor. What do you see? Okay, let's put the picture on the monitor so we can all see it. There we go. There's Hal Mix and Nick Varner.
What do you think Hal's talking about?
I don't know who that gentleman is with the red shirt, but...
he's stretching himself out pretty good.
Okay, now in back of Hal Mix and Nick Varner, Larry Leach is there in attendance.
Mm-hmm.
And as we slowly scan the audience and the spectators...
Guy's asleep up there. Must not have a favorite in this match.
Oh, there's a fellow yawning up here, you're right.
Uh-huh.
Well, he better be careful not to hit his head on. As a matter of fact, this guy's head's definitely on the ceiling.
It is. He's up there.
All right. All right, let's take a look at that good-looking girl right there. Right there, just focus on her. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay. All right, let's freeze on that for a couple of seconds. Okay, all right, you can go on, Rick. Oh, wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, and we're going around now.
There's the waitress bringing drinks.
Sally Bebb, she's the person responsible for putting up the Repco tables, and she is the proud owner of the Repco line.
Well, this is a nice-looking table.
It certainly is. Not only is it... Oh, there's Gene Starry. Gene Starry, maybe he'll wave to us over there. Hi, Gene. Sally Bebb, and Gene Starry. Okay. Gene Starry is the promoter of this fine event. This is the 12th time we've had this. Okay. Oh, Gene Starry just doesn't want to get out of the picture. Go back to Gene. Give it a little more. Okay, and then we'll continue on. Okay, there's Jackie Muller right there. No, she's not there. Oh, well, there's Mike Weldon. Mike Weldon, he's has
a concession here.
He's in the business in San Francisco, the bleep business in San Francisco. Okay, let's continue. There he is. He came in from Houston for this event.
Who is that guy there?
That's Pat Fleming said it was Tex Ritter, but I think he's mistaken. Let's go back to that girl again over there. Okay, let's get a close-up of her one more time.
Okay, well, finally.
There she is again. We'll wave at her. All right, okay, yes. All right. Okay, continue on around. All right, all right. There's a fellow with George Michael's sweatshirt on with the big 9-ball in front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's Hank, the fellow with the suspenders. All right, now that's
Hank.
That's Jeff Carter's advisor right there.
I understand.
All right.
Is that guy? Let's go back to the guy with the suspenders. Does he have a belt on too?
A belt?
Yeah, there's a guy that.
Well, I guarantee you, he's pretty careful. Anytime you see a guy wearing a belt and suspenders, I don't want to fool with him. He's really careful, you know.
I'm telling you, if a guy doesn't trust his own pants, I don't know what you can do with him.
I hate to match up with him, I'll tell you that. Okay. Now, what's his name, Pat?
That's a referee.
Ford. He's our referee. He usually referees. He referees a lot of the matches. Ford, stand up and wave to everyone. Okay, thanks a lot, Ford. Nice to have you here. You just got married. Congratulations, Ford. I'll see you in a couple years in divorce court. Anyway. Okay, Mrs. Ford. All right, thank you. I'm just kidding.
They just got married this weekend, right? Or did they get? Or are they just engaged?
And as we continue on. There's Tex Ritter with his back toward us now. I guess he's collecting a bet.
There's a man with a freeze rack.
Jackie Moore happens to see him. She'll find him immediately. But there's Jeff Carter. Look, there's Jeff Carter. Jeff? Jeff? Maybe Jeff can wave to us. Jeff? Where's he at? Where's he at, Jeff? Oh, there's he over there. All right, Jeff.
17 stretches over, like he says.
There he is. There he waves it. Okay, if we can continue around to the bleachers on the south end of the playing area, we see some. We're ready to start.
Okay, we're getting ready to start.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, we're back to the playing area now. Okay.
Okay, Buddy's going to shoot this kick shot at the one.
Okay, Buddy now is.
It looks like a safe kick shot too. It looks like if he hits the one on this side and drives the one into the 5 with the right speed, the one ball will go to the end rail.
Yes,
and the cue ball should go to the side rail and come down to the end. He could not only put him on the end rail but sew him up.
Oh, that's a very, very good possibility of that happening. It will depart from that area, glancing off the 5 and up toward the bottom cushion. Okay, now Buddy is now preparing to. Buddy is now. Let's get a bigger square on that screen so we can have a fuller picture of that exact. Okay.
Right.
I like to see the other side of the one. The other side, the top. Okay.
Here it comes.
Let's see what happens. Okay, now. Okay. Here we go. There's the one, the cue ball in back of the 5, the one ball at the other end of the table, and just like you suggested may happen.
Buddy made a nice shot. He hit the ball real nice, but where it was, he was sure to hit it. I felt like Earl missed the ball again. Now that's 2 kick shots that Earl has. I don't know. He's just. I don't know. He's lost his composure a little bit.
Well, I don't particularly care for the way Earl kicked the ball. I would have certainly tried to shorten up that angle because even if he would have hit the ball in the back of the ball,
could have scratched.
Ball, he probably would have ended up scratching into the corner pocket.
Yep.
I'll identify the balls on the table. The 2 ball is located next to the left side. The 3 ball is to the right of the 2 ball. The 4 ball is below the foot spot, nearest the end cushion. The 5 ball is resting near the right-hand cushion. The 6 ball is at the other end of the table on the right-hand cushion. The 7 is to the right of the foot spot. The 8 is up from the 7. Okay, he's going to follow down to the rail. And he wants to keep the angle for after pocketing the 4 in the lower left-hand pocket. He will hit the bottom cushion and go toward the 5. Oh, he's drawing back here.
He's coming back.
He's drawing back.
Yeah, I thought he would draw. He would come down in there too. First, I thought he would draw it. Then I thought, as you suggested, that he would follow the ball. But he liked it going that way for some reason.
This is less natural than the other way. I was surprised he elected to do this. Okay, but.
Maybe he had a slight angle on the ball where it was comfortable to do that.
Right, I'm sure he had something on his mind that enabled him to play position for the 4.
Well, let's see if he wants to get an angle here or keep it straight. And he wants to go straight, but can he? He can come inside the 8 on this ball.
He wanted more of an angle than that, Howard. He wanted to come across.
He wanted to come across.
Yeah, pocket the 7 in the lower right-hand corner pocket, and then playing position for either the right-hand side or the upper right-hand corner pocket. Now he's laying rather awkwardly on the 6. The angle is too straight to come cross table, but not straight enough to hold the cue ball and come back for the 7 in the lower left-hand corner. So this requires a good stroke. Nicely done.
Well,
hitting the fullness of the ball, pocketing the ball with his stroke.
Now, do you think he would follow this ball for position in the corner or the side, or do you think he would spin it out of the corner for position on the 8?
It looks like he's going to draw it back, huh? That's the way
Yeah, he's just going to
addressing the
draw
ball.
it.
He's going to draw it.
Yeah, evidently he doesn't have the angle. Well, he's drawing it. He did it different. He
That
drew
was
it.
a nice shot. Okay, a lot of
nice shot.
players will not. They shy away from that particular shot. But Buddy Hall executes that shot with precise cue ball control. So therefore, he has no reason not to shoot it. He's really a technician, as you well know. This
Right.
is game number 14. Buddy Hall is now looking to widen the gap. And he does to 9 games to 5.
9-5. Well, Buddy's taking command of the set, and not just by the score, but he seems to be emotionally in control of the match.
Well, he certainly does seem to be in control both on the table and emotionally. So therefore, if everything continues to go the way it has been going, he's certainly going to be the victor in this particular match.
Well, I think Earl is in contention for Player of the Year between himself and Alan Hopkins and Kim Davenport. And maybe that extra added pressure has come to play here in the match. Perhaps. But he hit it well.
Very well. Broke
He
the balls
did.
very well. I don't believe he's going to be rewarded.
No, he's,
There's the 8 ball. Now watch the 8 ball is going to trickle down toward the 4. I believe it stops short of the 4. Okay, I will now identify the balls. The 2 ball is located nearest the left-hand side pocket. The 3 ball is the ball nearest the right-hand lower corner pocket. The 4 ball is the ball that's nearest the bottom cushion in back of the 8. The 7 ball is to the right of the 4. The 6 ball is nearest the right-hand side pocket. And the only other ball
Earl is thinking about playing the combo here. I can't believe he's doing this.
This is really a very risky shot in the sense that if he doesn't make it, it's there for Buddy.
He's feeling that he's behind and he needs to catch up, and that's not a correct decision, even if he makes it. He made it, but I didn't like him playing it like that.
Well, you really have to give him credit. You know, it was a brave thing to do. He realized the risk involved. He shunned it off immediately and went on his way.
He did. He executed the shot quite well, but many times you do that, and when you miss the 9, you do regret it.
Well, that's his forte. You know, his forte is breaking the balls and his shot-making ability.
Right. He. You know, I've noticed him many times when he gets behind, he will take some risky shot and turn it into a winning situation.
Well, he has that uncanny skill and ability to do that, and he's a very intimidating player because of that reason. You can never really say
Boy, that 9 ball shoots out of there. I mean, it shoots over with speed toward that pocket.
I mean, that is actually frightening to believe that a man can break the balls that well.
Well, it is, and but he's certainly an experienced player. Boy, Earl, sure those balls, he really breaks them well. And he's got a good lie here. If he makes the 1, the 3 and the 5 are frozen together, but it's a dead combination, I believe, the 3 to the 5.
Yeah, I agree with that. The 3 and 5 are solidly frozen together near that lower left-hand corner, and it looks like it is a dead combination.
If he pockets this, but he's got to roll this ball. If he pockets this ball, he should be out. And he hit it pretty good. Never touched the rail.
No, he hit the heart of the pocket. There's no question. There was no question about where that ball was going, in the heart of the pocket. Okay, the 6 ball is on the upper right-hand portion of the table. 8 ball in front of the left-hand side pocket. I don't foresee any problems here, Howard.
I see no problem. Well, he is over the ball, but he's just got to draw it back a little bit. It looks like a problem, it really isn't. Come across the table for the 6, getting one the other straight angle, so he can shoot and stop for the 8. And he is pretty straight. I don't think he's going to have any problem. Just stop the ball, shoot the 8, and then shoot the 9.
Okay, once again, Earl Strickland is exhibiting the skills in the reason why he's the most feared player in the world today, because of his ability to string racks due to the explosiveness of his break.
Yeah, he can strike very quickly. I mean, he took that combination. He had to run now. He took that combination and made it, and with ease. And he broke the ball as well. He run out, and he's at the table.
Yeah, at one time in the match, it was 9-5. Then suddenly, no more than a minute and a half later, we look up. The score is 9-7.
And Earl is breaking.
That's true.
And if you're Buddy, you got to be thinking about that.
Well,
and he is racking the balls a little bit different than he has been. He's trying to make sure those balls get good and frozen, make sure he's not racking any dead balls into the pocket. And
incredible.
And Earl just
okay, there's another
crushed
rack.
him.
There's another rack gone, pocketing this time 3 balls on the break. 3 balls on the break. The 2 is in front of the side pocket. The 3 is behind the cue ball. Whether or not you can bypass into that upper left-hand corner pocket.
It will. He does have room.
It does have room.
He has room.
Okay.
Yeah, he has room, but I don't know if he has room from there.
Okay. Well, Earl really shot that shot very quickly, and now located the cue ball right in front of the 5. Now he will have to elevate the butt of his cue slightly, which you know as well as I do will diminish the accuracy of the shot slightly.
It will, and the angle is going away from the 6. It needs to be going into the. Well, he made it, but he made his shot more difficult by getting that angle.
Well, that's a very good observation, Howard. Okay, now he's straight into the 4. What he needs to do now, Howard, is follow down. I believe he's going to play this shot in this fashion. He's going to follow down to the end cushion if he can. But he's concerned with the point of the side. He's saying, well, if I hit this ball into the corner pocket, maybe the cue ball will hit the point. So he forced it to the rail.
He did. He forced it
to the rail. He created an angle for himself. And I feel that he used good judgment in doing that. If he was unsure whether or not the cue ball was going to hit the point, he chose the right shot.
Well, he made a good shot. And he did give himself an angle. And now he's concerned about hitting the 9, I think. He goes around the 9.
Okay, he did go around the 9 successfully. And now he's going to go across table twice. He's going to pocket the ball coming across the table to the other rail and then toward the 9 cross table, or on the same side of the table.
Let's come back. If he ends up the middle of the table, on over, he's in good shape. And he gets straight in.
Now Earl is starting to explode now. This is his 3rd rack, but he has not had an opportunity at the table. At one time, like I mentioned prior to this, it was 9 to 5. Excuse me, yes, 9 to 5. Earl has strung 3 consecutive games now. Score 9 for Buddy Hall and 8 for Earl Strickland.
Yes, it's very explosive. 1 minute you're playing safe and you're kicking balls, and Buddy's edging games. Now all of a sudden, it's 9-8, and Earl is still breaking. Buddy has not gotten back to the table.
Oh, there's a picture of Earl's lovely girlfriend, Lisa. She certainly is a lady in the true sense of the word, believe me. Very beautiful woman, and such a lady. Okay, now Earl has pocketed 1 ball on the break this time. Unfortunately, only 1 for him. Okay, he's got a shot on the 1, and it looks like if he's able to achieve position or obtain position on the 2, he should run these balls also. So the key to this rack is in this shot right now.
Right. If he can just pocket the 1, come straight down the table, looks like he has an angle in between the 6 and the 8. But he may choose to draw the ball and go to the side rail beside the 9. But he's spun it on the inside.
If he rushes the 5, he may create a problem for himself.
Ooh, I didn't think he could hit that ball like that, but he did.
I believe he chose the right path. I think that was the only accessible route he had to the 2. And if he's able to draw this ball back slightly, then he'll be able to have the ability to either play the 5 in either corner, either the upper right-hand corner or the lower right-hand corner. He's drawn the ball slightly. Now he'll probably just force the ball to the end cushion and play position for the 5 in the lower right-hand corner pocket.
We'll follow it up for the 6.
Right.
Well, he's got a little bit of angle here.
Okay, now he's come off
okay,
that cushion a little more than he wanted to. Now he's going to have to deal with the 8 ball.
Right.
Now the 8 ball is a big ball in the path of the path of a route.
He can spin it and go. He can spin the ball and go underneath the 8, or he can kind of force it a little bit and go the other side of the 8 into the rail close to the 9.
Narrowly missing the 8. Eventually landing up in an optimum position.
Mm-hmm.
For the 6.
Well, he's got a little bit of angle. He can go up the table easily.
Yeah, very, very nice.
And he should tie the match at 9.
He wants to come in between the 7 and 8. I think he would like a little more angle than he has, and now I look for him to draw it back for the 8 in the side.
It just kind of comes like anywhere below the side pocket, he'd be in good position.
Okay, well, this is okay. This is okay,
He's-
but it's
he's
not
still
ideal.
all right.
It's okay, it's not ideal. Now, he
He did-
can come 2 rails out of the lower right-hand corner, but he's going to be working very close to the 9.
Yes. Well, if he gets close to this pocket down there, he's all right. He's okay. Spinning around. He hit it perfect.
Oh, you really can't hit it any better than that.
Yeah, he hit
Okay,
that ball
all of a
good.
sudden, Howard, what do we have here? After turn
Tie
18,
game.
this match is tied up, 9 game apiece. Earl Strickland has the advantage, that's for sure. He's the one at the table breaking the balls. And with his break, Buddy Hall doesn't have to get back to the table.
He does not have to get back to table. He has not been back to table since he broke him when it was 9-5.
Earl said he doesn't care if he wins or loses now. That certainly is a joke. He doesn't care if he wins or loses now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I don't believe that.
Well, here's the break. And Earl
Uh-oh.
he did pocket the ball on the break.
Now here comes the 7, looking to spoil something here.
I can't tell if the one I think the one will go by the 7.
The 1 will go by the 7, and the 3 is parked conveniently in front of the left-hand side
It
pocket.
is.
He pocketed the 2 on the break, so that means the 3 will be the next ball he will have to shoot.
He's going to have to come down the table on the 3 though and come back up for the 4,
Okay,
I
the
believe.
problem lies with the 4 and the 5. The 4 and the 5 are lying next to the side pocket. Let's get a close-up on that 4-5, Rick, okay? Now, can the 4 be hit... can he hit enough of the 4 to pocket it into the side pocket? I can't see
It's
from our
very
angle if he
close.
can do that.
It's very close. Looking on TV, it looks like he can't do it, but looking at the balls, it looks closer.
That's the problem right there, the 4 and the 5. The 7 is the ball that he's shooting the 1 past now. The 8 is on the other side of the 4-5.
Well, he can come down and he can go back and forth, but I don't know if I still don't know if he can pocket the 4.
Well, obviously he
I don't
can.
think he hit it hard enough.
Well, he's hit it hard
Well,
now.
maybe he did.
Yeah, he's hit it
Well,
hard
I
now.
thought that ball was going to stop before it got there.
What we are witnessing now is a possible 6 racks and out. He is on his 5th consecutive rack without Buddy Hall having an opportunity back at the table.
He's playing well.
He's breaking well and playing well.
And he's got a good angle on the 5. Come up for the 7. Straight in on the 9. And he's taking it.
Okay, I mean, what can you say? 5 consecutive racks. At one time in the match, he was losing. He was faced with a big deficit of 5 games to 9. And what do you see? He's run 5 consecutive racks, taking the lead now from Buddy Hall, 10 games to 9.
Yes, he was looking very flustered. And now all of a sudden he just explodes and takes the lead.
This is very reminiscent of what he did last year, and that's why one of the main reasons why he is the defending champion. He run 6 consecutive racks last year. He run 5 consecutive racks a couple times last year. So this is one of the reasons why he's the most explosive player in the world, his break.
Well,
And his ability to clear the table after the break.
well, he's failed to pocket a ball finally.
Well, he
on the
has
break.
failed to pocket a ball finally, and what do we see?
But he is going to have to roll out, I think. He certainly is not going to pocket the ball. He's going to have to play safe or roll out. I think he's sewed up. I think his option is to roll out.
This is very disheartening, you know, watching your opponent run 5 consecutive racks, you know, breaking the balls, and then being the recipient of a shot after the break, each and every break. And now all of a sudden he doesn't pocket the ball on the break. You step to the table with no shot having to push. But, Buddy, you have to take control of yourself right here. You cannot allow yourself to be disheartened. Go ahead and use your imagination, push out to a position on the table where you feel you create a problem for your opponent.
And Earl's going to take the shot if he can see the ball, I believe, and he can see it. He almost has to take this shot.
Well, if I were to take this shot, I would kick him back with a 1 ball.
Right.
And,
Try to stick the cue ball right there.
Yeah, I would kick him back with a 1 ball.
And I think Buddy had that in mind when he put him over the top of the 9.
Now, Earl mentioned something like he wants to go for the 9. He's going to hit the one ball thinly, playing the billiard on the 9. He says he got to go for it.
Oh, well.
Oh, my goodness. Oh. I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you something. What can you do? I mean, what can you do? That's exactly right, buddy. What can you do? This is certainly an ill-fated Buddy Hall stepping to the table.
Buddy's asking, what did he do to deserve this? He really hasn't done anything.
That's some of the injustice of the game of 9 ball that we're watching right now.
Well, you know, when a fellow takes a shot, the roll always goes towards the guy that shoots. Now, Buddy feels like he got a bad roll, but actually what happened was the roll went for the shot and got a good roll. But doesn't mean Buddy has to like it. Well, he's thinking about kicking off the end rail and shortening up the angle, going up the table. And ooh!
Oh man! You have no idea how well he hit that ball.
He hit that ball.
You have no idea how well he hit that ball. Believe me. I mean, that shot alone deserves an applause. Believe me, it does.
Wow, he hit that ball good. Looked like he had to hit it too.
Well, if Buddy Hall is looking for sympathy, I'm the first one to give it to him. Believe me. Believe me. I will be the first one to give it to him because he has done nothing wrong in this match. Nothing wrong. And he's looking to lose it.
Yes, it looks like the odds have certainly swung in Earl's favor. He has a 10-9 lead, and he's straight in on the 1 and has a run out.
And if you notice the position of the balls on the table, if Earl's able to get onto the 5, it looks like that he'll just fall to the 6. It's happening right next to the 6. The 8's in front of the upper left-hand corner
The
pocket.
4 ball looks like his problem.
Well, he can make the 4 in the lower right-hand corner pocket. You know, all he needs to do is stay on this side of the table.
That's true, but it looks like the only possibility of trouble. And he can make the ball, but
he's in good shape. He's all right. He's okay. Oh, he's probably going to play the position for the 5 in the left-hand side pocket here.
Yeah.
Well, he
hit that
didn't
ball
hit
nice.
it hard enough, or else he hit it too hard. One of the two. He could have went for the left-hand upper corner, or he could have went for the left-hand side pocket.
I thought he was just going to cut the ball in and go straight up the table, but he chose to spin it. He couldn't get by the 9.
I don't think so. But I don't think there's anything wrong with what he's done.
No, he's getting out. He is getting out.
I don't believe Buddy Hall's going to have an opportunity at the table, and he hasn't for now. This is the 6th consecutive rack that he is without an opportunity at the table with an offensive shot.
He come to the table with 1 shot, and he had to roll out, and then Earl went for the 9, left him safe, and he got a kick. And that's not much for your cash.
It certainly isn't.
Ooh. Hit that ball. I thought he would cut it, but he hit it good.
I really feel for Buddy Hall, by the way. I honestly do. I feel for Buddy Hall. He played so well in this match. I mean, so well. But nevertheless, Earl Strickland strung 5 racks, did everything he was expected to do, did everything he was demanded to do, I should say.
Earl played an excellent match. Buddy played an excellent match. He didn't have to lose that match.
Believe me, he had to do that to defeat Buddy Hall. Make no mistake about it. He had to perform exactly the way he did in the last half of this match to beat Buddy Hall, and that's exactly what he's done.
That is exactly what he did. Well, we've got the final set up, and Kim is certainly alive for the player of the year, and I believe Earl Strickland is alive also. Is that not true?
Well, I believe Earl Strickland already has player of the year, and if he happens to win this tournament, he will just solidify his position there.
I was my understanding that Davenport had the lead in the points coming in. That's not true?
Well, that is true, but the accumulation of the points went back into last year's tournaments, and I don't think last year's tournaments has any bearing on player of the year this year, if you understand what I mean. But Earl Strickland is the man on the spotlight now. He's the defending champion. He has player of the year honors, obviously in his favor, at least.
Yes, Who did Earl win this tournament last year?
Oh, he's the defending champion.
He's the defending champion of this.
He's the defending champion.
And who won the tournament here in June?
Earl.
Earl won both of them? Both the last two tournaments? Oh, you're talking about the tournament in June.
No, it was Siegel who won the tournament in December, and then following that in June, Earl won it. He defeated Roger Griffiths in the finals.
Right.
Okay, if Earl will so graciously accept our invitation here into the booth.
Trust his pants.
It's great, right? Well, Earl, let me pass this microphone over to you here. Take that one, Howard. Take the other one, and Earl, I'll give you the red one. We've been giving you the red one every match. I guess it's lucky.
Okay. Must be
Well, something's happening here. I don't know. Maybe a shoe. Anyways, you know, I'd like to congratulate you on your victory against Buddy Hall. You know, and I really feel for Buddy Hall, by the way. You back up a little bit, Howard.
Well, I do too. I told
really
Buddy, I
feel
said, you know,
for Buddy
I'm
Hall.
sorry. You know, I mean, what can I say?
I mean, Buddy Hall played a near flawless match. He had you 9-5. You were against the ropes. But a mark of a true champion is when he's against the ropes and he's asked to respond to that. And that's certainly what you did. You have certainly responded to the pressure and to the deficit you faced. You were behind 5 games to 9, only to see yourself turn around to run the 5 consecutive racks, tied up, and then you were a little fortuitous in the final game, hooking Buddy behind the 4-9, and you had ball in hand after that.
I was very fortunate on that shot. I was trying to play the 9 ball, but there were a lot of balls in the way, so something could happen there, and it did.
That's right. That's the nature of the game. It's happened to you many times, so therefore it went for you this time. Nevertheless, you responded quite well to the pressures, played extremely well when you had to play extremely well, and my hat's off to you. I really salute you.
Well, it's definitely the break. I mean, my break is holding up. You mentioned that a while ago, but you know, my game's coming around all the way around altogether. You know, slowly. I mean, this is a final match, and I think that I'm prepared for it.
Well, you're the defending champion, and there's something about being the defending champion. This is your title. You're going to defend it, and it looks like you prepared yourself to do so.
Well, I got a good draw. I'm not going to disagree with that. I got my first 3 rounds were pretty soft matches, and my first tough match was Bob Hunter. He didn't play well, and then I played Alan Hopkins. That was an extremely good match there. That could have went either way, 7-7, and I'll run away with it. But Buddy Hall, the first match he played, he played so good, there was nothing I could do. Virtually nothing.
And Buddy Hall played equally as well this match.
I'm telling you, he played the same way, but he only made one mistake. He didn't pocket a ball in a break.
I don't know if I would consider that a mistake.
Now, that's true. I just had one question. When Buddy was ahead 9-5, how did you feel right at that time when he was getting ready to break the balls?
Well, I was praying for a shot. There's no question about that. And I made a good combination on the 9 was a tough shot. I couldn't get out from there. I couldn't get the position on the deuce, and I said, well, I got to go for the combination. But I was praying for a shot, and I knew if the balls would line up for me, I'm going to make a ball in a break because I'm hitting the balls extremely well, and I'm squatting the cue ball pretty good. I knew if I get shots off the break and he gives me a shot at 9-5, I'm going to win.
Whoa,
well, you
wow.
certainly did. You
Strong
played an excellent match coming back.
But
Thank
what
you,
we have
Howard.
here going into the finals, Howard, Pat, is 2 big forces, 2 powerful, explosive forces here. We have power against power here.
Yeah, don't forget the fact that Kim Davenport's one of the best breakers in the business, too. And he's an excellent player. He's been playing well this year, and I look forward to playing him.
It'll be an exciting match. 2 of the most explosive players in the world for sure meet in the finals here in Reno, Nevada for the title here at the Sands Regent number 12.
Well, it should be a good match.
Thanks a lot, Earl, for stopping by, and congratulations once again on your victory over Buddy Hall. What a performance, and good luck in your upcoming match in the finals.
Thank you, Billy. Howard.
Yeah, nice playing.
Well, Howard, it was a great match. What can I say?
It was a really good match. Both players played excellent.
Howard, come on over here, lean over here, and just take a look into the camera. Okay, Howard. It was a great match. These two fine players really treated the spectators here in Reno, Nevada at the Sands Hotel to a great match, and also the viewers out there who are able to watch this match over ACCUSTATS have been treated to a fine match also.
Yes, they have. Earl was down, and he looked like he was beaten, but he proved once again that he can come from behind and win from anywhere.
Well, Howard, it's been really a pleasure doing this match with you, and I certainly hope that we'll be back again with one another doing a match in the future.
Well, I'll look forward to the next time.
Okay, on behalf of Howard Vickery, this is Bill Incardona saying thanks a lot for joining us for this wonderful semifinal match between Earl Strickland and Buddy Hall. Earl Strickland eventually becoming the victor in the match, 11 games to 9, that is. And if you're interested in this tape or any other tape in Pat Fleming's inventory list, call him 1-800-828-0397. Do it now. You're right by the phone.